I'm glad to have this group here to help us get really thoughtful about what we might do about food inequities. This event is part of the larger Food Day event.
I'm guessing that nobody is not interested in the subject of food. Am I right? Everybody likes food. Food is central to our social lives as well as to our physical health. And I know it's certainly one of my favorite subjects. You know, Homo sapiens is the only species that makes a bigger deal out of food than simple survival. We not only eat to live, we have developed great traditions of living to eat. Practically every social occasion is organized around food and drink. And because food is such a communal experience, it has a special role in gathering and building community. Sharing a meal somehow opens us to our interdependence with each other. We feel less threatened and more connected. We learn from infancy that sharing food is a very powerful way of sharing love. If someone's sick, a neighbor brings a casserole. To celebrate a birthday, a promotion, or whatever, a spouse or a friend takes you out to dinner. Food is also central to religious life. Most traditions have rituals and rules around food. Passover Seder, Ramadan, communion, and cultural traditions like Thanksgiving, 4th of July, you name it. They all serve a similar purpose, binding us together in community and reminding us to appreciate the earth's bounty. At the same time, we're well aware that not everyone has reliable access to safe and healthy food. Your interest in food justice that brought you here today suggests that you recognize that something in our food system is severely broken. As the family farm has given way to corporate agriculture, to huge industrial complexes, a widening disconnect has developed. Many Americans have no idea where their food comes from, how it's made, or what it costs beyond the price at the checkout, and that they think is too high. Now, it probably doesn't apply to most people in this room, but it applies to most people we know. It's past time to start questioning the justice and sustainability of industrial agriculture practices with their far-reaching impact on the environment, workers, and food animals, as well as those humans who don't have access to safe and healthy food. Approaching food with compassion and intentional thought is one of the antidotes for this broken system. This approach expands and enriches our understanding of our interdependence with all living entities, the soil, the plants, food animals, food intermediaries like the farmers and grocers and chefs, and our families, friends, and neighbors with whom we share our meals. Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh tells us that when we eat mindfully, we're in close touch with the food. Quoting his teaching here, he says, "The food we eat comes from nature, from living beings, and from the cosmos. It reveals the interconnectedness of the universe, the earth, all living beings, and ourselves. Each bite contains the life of the sun and of the earth. We can see the meaning and value of life in those precious morsels of food. Our way of producing food and eating it can be violent to other species and our own bodies, and to the earth, or it can heal and replenish the earth and our own bodies. With each meal, we make choices that either help or harm Mother Earth. When we're able to get out of the shell of our small self and see that we're interrelated with everyone and everything, we see that each of our acts affects the whole of humankind, the whole cosmos." This is great wisdom. May our conversation today help us to hold on to that wisdom, and may we nourish ourselves and each other by caring for Earth's capacity to bring us the food that sustains both our bodies and our spirits.